Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P-Funk. Thinking right out here in my lab. I hear the birds are chirping, the sun about to come out in my lab, doing what I do in the book. I'm about to start a new book, but I'm on this rabbit hole now. I went down, I started this meditation rabbit hole, so I got a quick lesson before I start the book, but let's do it. I got something nice for you right quick and get it out the way, but I'm going to put this message out there to answer certain questions. So hopefully I can do that without being disrespectful or, putting nobody in a bad predicament. Just want to give you information that obviously you didn't have. So that's what I do. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission to all right thinkers, know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I get through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical. But if you don't have to answer it for yourself, tune in. I got you. Know thyself. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not. It's simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself and too. Might be true. I hate when I start this little rabbit hole thing. Now I'm back into the meditation thing. So let me see if I can get another lesson in. All right, right thinkers, let's talk about, the question is, who is this Netta you talk about? The same one let me tell you about. They one and the same. So for my Christian Bible thumpers, we've been knowing God a long time, and this is going to prove it. That's why I did this lesson. Right thinkers, let's start out with understanding, okay? I'm going to tell you who the Netta, I'm going to tell you the Supreme Being, and I'm going to let you know we've been knowing God a long time, and what is Neterianism. And if I have a little time, I'm going to get into the goal of Neterianism, or right thing philosophy. All right, let's go. I took a phrase from the part. I'm going to start the next chapter or next lesson with the introduction to ancient meditation for modern times. Got that on the back burner. I want to get this lesson out, so I'm going to skip over a few things and get to it right quick. All right, let's go. These are the words for making the transformation into the soul of Tim. These words are to be said by who? Asar P-Funk. Moi. When you go to the halls of my yacht, if you pass the judgment, your first name is Asar P-Funk. Okay. Who what? Is spiritually victorious. That means I've obtained knowledge of self. I've reached the goal of what they call nihas. Spiritual enlightenment. I call it know thyself. Same thing, same concept. What's this? But when you become spiritually victorious, there is no going into the place of execution at Judgment Day. I ain't going there to suffer execution. No, I do not, and I cannot perish. Why? I do not experience death. Why? I am Ra. That's why. And coming from the noon, okay, the divine soul that's in man. When man becomes conscious of that, that's when his time is up here on earth and he can go back home. He fulfilled his obligation as a human being is to gain knowledge of self. not to become rich and famous. That's all. All this is worldly stuff. If you like that, you keep coming back. Okay, you like it here. When you get your job done here, then you can go home. Okay. I hear soul contract. I hear that. I ain't got to subscribe to it. I hear the Christian concept. I fellowship with him, and I ain't got to subscribe to it. Muslim, I ain't got to subscribe to none of that. Moving on. Just like I ain't got to subscribe to right thinking philosophy. It's free will. Moving on. But the creator, listen, the creator of his own body parts. Unrighteousness is an abomination to me. Doing wrong acts, doing what I used to do. I'm not doing that no more. Why? To me, it's abomination. It's not tolerated. Simple. Eradicate it. Stop. If drinking is a bad habit, stop. If doing ignorant and dumb things ain't profiting you or benefiting you, stop. All right. I do not see it, for my thoughts are with who? Maya, exclusively. That's me being God conscious. I practice Maya, balance in my life daily. Again, it tells you right there. Maya exclusively. Why? I live in Maya. I am the God Hu, spelled H-U. Who's that? The one who does not perish in his name of the divine soul. I myself created my own name with Noon. My name is Capri. And in the form of the who? God, Ra, I am all light. Conceptually, this is the figured concept that God, what God represents to them, they knew that long time ago, okay? And who was God? We told you, God was what? The Neter? You taught Neter. Did I read this one already? Yeah, I did that. Okay, Neter. Who is the Neter? I've done this lesson before in other books, but this is one here. See that stick right there? That was God, but the first sign for God was the circle with the dot. They used the Neter. Who is Neter? The symbol. Again, God is only be recognized through symbols. You pay attention. I can get to the lesson. I ain't gonna go through all that right now. I can read it to you. The Neter. Who is Neter? It's the symbol of Neter. It was described by our ancient Commissions, sages, as that which is placed in the coffin. When the body dies, they put it in the coffin. If it's resurrected, spirit comes out and go with you. The body ain't going nowhere. Understand that, okay? So the term Neter, or Neter, comes from the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphic language, which did not record the vowels. However, the term survived in the Coptic language. I didn't get the lesson. I got a lesson that tells you hieroglyphic, heretic, demonic, and Coptic. Those are languages from the Egyptians that it evolved from the pictures to letters, pictures, the animals anthropomorphically, and then the writing. So it was one of the same phases, and it survived to the Coptic language, okay, as Netor. The same Coptic meaning, divine force or the sustaining power of life, God, applies now in the present as it did in ancient times. Ain't nothing changed. You can call it what you want. It's still the same thing. But go by a different name. Rose by any other name, still a rose. Okay. It is a symbol composed of what? A wooden staff that's wrapped with the stripes and fabric like a mummy, saving the body. The stripes alternate in color. Why? Simple. Yellow, sun. Green, earth. Blue, the sky. Again, everything they did was symbolic and esoteric if you got the meaning and understood. People say, look at that, they got a flag over there. Red, yellow, green, and blue. Okay, but it symbolized something. Everybody used symbology to represent what they're doing, what they're saying. We were the masters of that. Watch this. So the mummy is the commission. Spirituality is to be understood to be what? The dead, but resurrected divinity, meaning the spirit in the body comes back. The body don't, the spirit does. So the Neter is actually what? Every human being. What's this? Who does not really die. I keep telling you that when you become conscious of who you are, death don't fear you. Humans are scared to die. The ego is scared to die. You see what I'm saying? Okay. But your spirit goes on, live on in what? A different form. We said that. Hence the afterlife. Hence y'all heaven. Same concept. But it's just worded different. Same thing. Same concept. You be good, you go to heaven, hang out with God. Jesus sits at the right hand. Really, the only way to get to God to him. All that nonsense. Excuse me. Y'all belief system. Moving on, I ain't got time for that. But now phonetically, watch this. Okay, so for the resurrected spirit, every human being is that same divine divinity. God dwells within all of us. We just had to become conscious, and if we don't, we get reincarnated. That's all. And your conscience get dissolved. Why? It was no good anyway. It didn't do you no good. Didn't get done. So why have it around? It destroyed. That's what's gone. Okay. Now moving down here. What right thinking philosophy is based on is Shitaneta. That's the philosophy in which I've mastered. I use right thinking because I use me as the example for the stories, not mythological characters. That's all. Understand? So, right, what is Shitaneta? The ancient Egyptians were African people who lived in the northeast corner. Masons, they tell you, or they told us as Masons, as we followed them, nothing is in the northeast corner. It represents darkness, ignorance. And that's why they look at Africa. I see that now. But the symbology was, there ain't nothing there. What did I do? Went there. I'm still there in the northeast corner. Okay, Masons. Okay, I'm still there. Your little funky knowledge don't do nothing. I'm way past that. Okay? And watch this. The northeast quadrant of the continent of Africa. They were the descendants of Nubians who had themselves originated from the further south into the heart of Africa, aka the Great Lake regions, the source of the Nile River. They created a vast civilization of culture earlier than any other society in known history, and they organized a nation which was based on concepts of balance, aka Mayat order, again Mayat, as well as spiritual enlightenment, again Mayat. These ancient African people called their land Kemet, and soon after developing a well-ordered society that lasts for thousands of years, they begin to realize that the world is full of wonders, but life is what? Fleeting, and that there must be something more to human existence. Afterlife, the spirit. They developed spiritual systems that were designed, what? To allow all human beings to gain understanding the nature of the secret being who is the essence of all creation, aka God. We've been getting to God a long time. And they called this spiritual system, not a belief system. Spiritual system, Shitaneta. I call it right thinking. And it broke down what? The supreme being. Who could that be? The one. The supreme being is the one. Watch this. They knew this a long time ago. Now I'm going to break it down for you. It's about to get fun. Now I can teach. God is the father of beings. That's how we see him. Okay? God is the eternal one. That's why I keep trying to explain to you. James and George told us a long time ago, everything's on the one. And infinite and endures forever. That's what God represents. That's what he means. The spirit is going to be here forever. We live in the time zone because we're in the human flesh. The flesh ain't got but a few years here. That ain't but a drop in the bucket for eternity. Come on, man. Get the concept. Deal with the now. The present is that you got life. Deal with it. Make it your best and give it your best shot. Or you'll be back again. But God, again, is what hidden. And no man knows God's form. He have no form. Why? Spirit and consciousness has no form. Human physical body needs form. Spirit and matter creates the physical body. No man has been able to seek out God's likeness. Why is that? You have none. God is hidden. To who? To the gods and men. God's name remains hidden. Why? It is a mystery to him, his children. Men, women, and gods. Masons. Their father is dead. They don't know who their father is. They bastards. They what? They don't know their father. Okay? Through ignorance. And your mother, y'all claim your mother is who? I said, that means your father got to be a Sar. And that makes you Haru, the widow's son. Hello? I know all of this. Why? Connect the dots. I got fragments here. I got the knowledge. I got this knowledge. I got that knowledge. I got that knowledge. And guess what? When you put them together, you see the big picture. That's what me mean. Aha. I get it. I get it. Come on now. Eureka. Excuse me. God's names, watch this, are immutable. Manifold. We all call God by a different name. He could care less what you call him. That's the point. But he only concerned is how you obey him. And no one knows their number. How many God's name? Nobody knows. Don't care. Though God can be seen, how? In form, and an observation of God can be made at what? God's appearance. Where? God cannot be understood. God cannot be seen with mortal eyes. Right there. The third eye, the internal eye, that's the one that can see God in spirit. Cats got that pineal gland. They got the third eye also. But again, when it comes to God and the names, where we at down here, no one knows the number. Okay, informed observation. Nature, everything that we don't control, we know that's by God. Simple as that. If we don't control it, we give it to God. Makes sense. And watch this. Those who still ignorant themselves, don't open third eye, they never see God. But God ain't to be seen in the physical. He give you that nature, so that's part of that concept. But God is invisible and inscrutable to who? Gods as well as men. Until what? They become conscious, they wake up, they open third eye. And this is portions from the Egyptian book of Coming Forth by Day and from the papyrus of Nisi, what's that, Kinsu? That statement I just read to you, it gives a better understanding of what? That God is the unfathomable mystery which lies beyond all phenomena. Long time ago, that's what we're telling you. Which cannot be discerned even by the gods. Why? They just elements. They don't know nothing. They just perform what God told them to do. Sun don't need to know God. Why? It just be the sun. Shoe, air. Ain't got to go by. It's just going to be air. You get the concept? I hope you do. But however, God is the infathomable mystery as well as the innermost essence of what? His children, aka creation, us. This means that what? That God is transcendental, the unmanifest, but also what is manifest, as well as in order to perceive this reality, it is now necessary to transcend, raise your conscious level from ordinary human vision to that third eye vision, that inner vision that sees inside. When this transcendental self is spoken about through what? Different names and metaphors, mythological stories, the idea often emerges what? That there are many faces to the ultimate divinity or the supreme being that we call God. Nevertheless, as has been previously discussed, it must be clear that all the Neterian spiritual traditions are in reality all referring to the same supreme being, the transcendental reality, U-A, or one. That's what the God represents. Neter means one God. Only one without a second. That's God. The one. One is always about the one. The following passage came from the Egyptian book of Coming Forth by Day, chapter 100, whatever. All these, I can't do Roman numeral. I hate that. The CLXXIII. What the hell is that? Don't have a clue. What the C is for 100? What's the L? I don't know. 50? Well, I know the X's and 5s. Okay, well, 10s are what? Again, damn Roman numerals. Give me numbers. Okay, so, but it says, sorry about that little person. That little person there. I praise thee, Lord of gods, God the one, the living in truth. That's what they said in prayer in the ancient times, way before y'all Christians come along with this stuff that y'all talk about praying and talking to somebody. Please understand that. The following passage, I'm wrapping it up. The following passage is taken from what they call the hymns, where from Princess Nisa Kensu, she glorifies Amun-Ra. Watch this. August soul, which came into being in the primeval times. The great God with who? Living in truth. He ain't changed. The truth is like gold. It ain't changing. It is what it is. It's going to stay what it is. And that's what God takes. I'm the Alpha and the Omega. From beginning to end, I am who I am. And that's all common sense. So what profound statement. Come on, man. That's getting superficial with that nonsense. But the first 9 gods wasn't people. There was concepts, aspects, elements who gave birth to what? The other 9 gods, okay? Manifestation of those concepts, and the being in whom every god exists. 1, the creator of the kings who appeared when the earth took form in the beginning, whose birth also is hidden, whose forms are manifold, whose germination cannot be known. That's all the hidden things of God. We knew that a long time ago. And to ask a question about the Neterianism. A Neterianism, term Neterian, is derived from the name Shita-Netta. What is Neterianism? Right quick, the term Neterianism is derived from the term Shita-Netta, those who follow the spiritual path of Shita-Netta. I call it right thinking philosophy. You are referred to right thinkers, and the Neterians, Neterianism, we are called Neterians. When referring to the religion of ancient Egypt itself, the term Neterianism will be used, okay? This term will be substituted for or will be used interchangeable with the term ancient Egyptian religion or African religion. Whatever term you want to use, it's all saying the same thing. That's what we tell you. I don't get with that. Or the Commission religion. Those who follow the spiritual path of right thinking, Shita-Netta, which is right thinking philosophy, are therefore referred to as Neterians, okay? And Neterianism is the science of what? Of Neter. That is the study of the secret or mystery of Neter, which is God, the enigma of that which transcends ordinary consciousness, but from which all creation arises. And the world did not come into nothing, nor is it sustained by nothing. Rather, it is a manifestation of that which is beyond time and space, but which at the same time permeates and maintains what? The fundamental elements. In other words, it is the substratum of creation and the essential nature of all that exists. Everything has spirit, life. That's God creation. Etymology, right quick. I see I got a few more minutes. I'm wrapping up with this one. The etymology of the term Shita-Netta. Break it down for you right quick. Here we have the term Shita-Netta, meaning the hidden, meaning difficult to understand, not easy, hard, arduous to follow that path of spirituality, hard to get through. A mystery that you have to live. You can't solve it without living it. The term Keperu, it means hidden creator of forms. Shitatu means writings related to the hidden teachings, aka Shita. it means the land covered by the Nile. When the Nile waters is overflowing, the land is covered, so it means covered or shrouded. Shita means the secret hidden divinity. Shita Aset means the divinity in the hidden abode of, or the throne, which Aset represents. Aset means, again, abode or throne. Shita means hidden secret being. The divine essential nature. This is the etymology of the term Shita Netta, means hidden God, finding God within oneself. Hope you understand the term. I'll be back with the goal of Shita Netta and the great awakening that comes with it. All right? Right thinkers, hope you enjoyed the lesson. This is when I'm doing my thing, teaching. I enjoy doing this. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'll be right back. In closing, may all my right thinkers live to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I never know that my right thinkers have passed away. And when you know thyself, you ain't got to worry about that either. I'm out.